Hello from Southern California. This is the DealershipNews.com podcast, where we bring you the new and old school insight into the business of selling cars and service so you have the foresight to grow your dealership and stay ahead of the competition. I'm Kelly Kleinman, and here is our show. Hello, everybody. Kelly Kleinman of Dealership News here. My guest for this quick cast is Steve Lay of AutoFlyte. Steve and his team have developed what we consider the most advanced sales data sets in the industry. Now, many folks have sales data. Many vendors have sales data. There are a lot of data crunchers out there. But when it comes down to understanding what all of those numbers mean and being able to see how they translate with easy to understand optics and graphics, and then take action based on real-time activity, AutoFlyte stands alone. And because of it, Steve, you and your team are say that again, Vendor of the Year for Data Marketing.
Thank you very much, Carl. Appreciate it.
A pleasure. You deserve it. So I know there's a lot of good stuff happening in 2020. You're always on the hustle. You're always creating different data sets that can be used for actionable marketing, optimization. That's a lot of buzzwords, huh? What's going on for 2020?
Well, in 2020, we are releasing a new platform at the end of this month that encompasses a complete Tier 2 look. So now we can inform OEMs on how they could better allocate their incentive dollars and save them a huge amount of money, because the support that's necessary by nameplate in a given area is different than another part of the country, right? You sublet a lease in New York, it costs you several thousand. You put $2,500 cash on the hood in Dallas, in the Texas area, much different. So now OEMs can look in real time by market and see exactly what they need to do on a specific nameplate. We've also developed and are going to be deploying in February an AI algorithm where we can actually predict the sales volume by nameplate in a geographic area. And we have got that. We've been training that algorithm over the last 8 months, and it functions now to the level where it's 1 unit off at best. So in other words, I can tell a dealer that there's going to be X number of Silverados sold in this zip code. And now that's by all Chevy dealers, right? So if I'll make it up, if there's going to be 100 in this particular zip code and they've already sold 20, they know that there's 80 more opportunities, and I can tell them where those opportunities are. And we can also tell them what levers to use to go get them. So introduction of AI, we introduced it in the last platform to understand the trends based on what's happening with the model now. So is it a tsunami I want to avoid, or is it a wave I want to catch? I don't have to wait 45 days to see what happened. I can identify the trends in real time. We're also building out a AI campaign recommendations. So we're taking input from the CRMs. We're taking input from what their existing, how their performance is currently. And we're looking at, we have the APIs we built out into Google now. And we take all of that information plus with the current in-market activity, and we come up with AI campaign recommendations that continue to get better and better and better. So adding in, and then we're also adding inventory. So we're factoring, what you have in stock versus what's going into the market. And we look at all those things. And the beauty of our algorithms is that we can tell the elasticity based on the whole market. So if I'm trying to sell Malibus and Toyota's doing something with Camry, and Honda's doing something with Accord, I can look at that and determine the elasticity based on what everybody's doing, as opposed to Toyota just knowing that, if I put X amount on the hood on Camry, I'll get this. So I liken it to, the Kentucky Derby. Those horses see their own lane. We can now see the entire industry in real time. So we can help OEMs better determine their incentive allocation, better determine where the product should be allocated, and then we can help dealers determine, if I don't have enough sales, where do I go and what do I do to get them? And all that is coming out, starting, the new platform comes out in the end of this month, the 23rd.
That's great information for a general sales manager to have as they're trying to set goals for their sales teams, I'm sure. It's like, hey, AutoFlyte says we should sell 150 of these this month based on this criteria. You went over some of the criteria. Does it also take into consideration market factors, economic factors as well, or is it specifically following trends?
No, so without getting into the specifics of the AI algorithms, because those are proprietary, but they take many, many variables in. So they take multiple years of sales history. They take segment, model, seasonality, geography, many, many, many variables. Because once it's built, so we can into that equation, we can also compute energy prices, consumer confidence, interest rates, and again, it doesn't factor just the elasticity of that one brand. It factors all the brands in the competitor. So we train that. I mean, actually, it's a huge, huge amount of data you put in this black box, and you build this algorithm, and it goes in there, and it does what it does. And then you actually overlay it with the actual sales results. So we took the whole Western United States, right? So you're talking about the equivalent of streaming 6,000 hours of Netflix in every second, and you're running that calculation hundreds of times a minute, okay? And it continually learns. And so now when you look at the histogram of what the program says versus the actual sales, it comes within 1 year. So that's taken 8 months to build that, test it, and it's good, and we're deploy it. So we're just configuring it so it goes up on Amazon Web Service, because now in this new platform with the 50-mile radius that we have, which is a 100-mile diameter, we'll pull everybody's sales in that area, and in those very densely populated areas, it's just a huge amount of information. So what we're doing is optimizing it now so we don't crash everybody's browser.
Right. Here's the thing. I've seen the demo. There's a lot of data to digest, so to speak. Yes. I think the average marketer would be overwhelmed, but you create a visual, an interface that makes it really easy and really interesting to read. And it's something that I think would benefit virtually every car dealer out there who wants to have actionable a strategy that's based on data. It's real. That's not an assumption. You know what your CPAs are. You know what other people are paying to acquire a customer. That kind of data is not all that readily available out there by the competition. Hence, you are our automotive data marketer of the year, AutoFlyte, and Steve Lay. Steve Lay, I will see you in Las Vegas at NADA. Looking forward to it.
Look forward to it, Kelly. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Have a great rest of your week. We'll speak soon. And again, congrats to you.
Thank you, buddy. And I'll show you the new platform out in Vegas.
Looking forward to it. Take care.
Thank you.